Good morning. Welcome to the conversation on TOS Television Network. Today is Friday. Yes, the week has finally, come to a close. And I hope you are prepared for a very, very restful weekend. The conversation is reaching you from Abuja, that's Nigeria's capital city. Quite a bright day in the capital city today. And I'm kind of, really excited about it. My name is Agitation.
And my name is Merciful Ajinomo. Good morning. Good morning, Adesuwa.
Good morning, Merciful.
Happy
How you
Friday.
doing? Happy Friday.
I'm doing okay. I'm actually pumped up. I maybe look very calm, but it's the weekend.
Okay, because you said I'm very pumped up, and I'm saying you just
I know. I know. It just takes, just a few minutes before I show you my real color. How are you?
I think I've seen it. I'm very.
What's your plan for the weekend?
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
I honestly don't know.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go with the flow. Whatever happens.
All right. Whatever happens.
Yes. All right. So we're going to bring you some motivation for the Friday, to spur you into the weekend. That's with our quote of the day, and after that we'll be looking at stories from across the African continent.
Always remember,
This man I have creative design. We really like it, but
you deserve a break. You can indulge in a cup of 3-in-1 Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Cadbury Hot Chocolate. Indulge. Now available in the 450 grams pouch.
All right, let's get into the stories, shall we? Starting from South Africa. So, a South African court on Tuesday has granted Jacob Zuma his request to postpone long-running corruption trial. The former president had on Monday, through his lawyers, applied to have the case postponed by up to 3 weeks because of the unrest and COVID-19 pandemic to allow time for the trial to resume physically. The trial is adjourned to August.
Yeah, I really do hope to see how all of this, plays at the end of the day because,
I think it has dragged for too long.
Yes, it is for too long, for a far too long period of time, and let's see what happens. Yeah, we're just 1 week before August, so
yeah.
Even the dates, we were not really sure of the date and everything, but let's see how it opens, then we'll see what really is the problem, yeah? Then we know how to go, because people in South Africa are wilding out there. People going about everywhere trying to, make a statement. So the sooner we get all of this sorted, the better for the country.
I'm just really excited that it's finally agreed, to go to trial. He has refused to appear in court. He refused to, answer anyone, and that was one of the reasons why they had to, he had to be sentenced to 15 months in prison because of contempt of court. But now he has agreed to go to trial, so we'll just see how all of this pans out. All
right. This is now in Nigeria, in Kwara State precisely, where a generator's smoke kills a family of 4. 4 members of a family in Samora in Podun local government area of Kwara State have been killed by generator fumes. The victims, who recently traveled in from Lagos to celebrate the Salah festival, left the generator set working all night while they went to bed. TOS News learned their corpses have been deposited at the Ofa General Hospital morgue.
I think people still downplay how serious carbon monoxide poisoning is. People still downplay it. Yeah, people say don't leave your generator on, don't put it close to your window, all of that. And you just think, oh, it's normal fume or it's normal smoke. It is very terrible. I had a close hinge with it, and I can tell you how terrible it is.
Wow.
I don't know. I think I was one of the people who would wonder how can this fume actually, just kill somebody. You wouldn't even see it coming. But after my experience, I know how it is. So it is very, very terrible. And I just think we just need more sensitization, especially for people in rural areas. It is sad that, lots of persons have to resort to, generator for power because of the level of, instability we have with power, institution of power in Nigeria. But even as we have to resort to, the very I can't remember what they call that very small generator that produces lots of fume. If you cannot afford to maybe service your generator, often, so that you don't have to get that carbon monoxide, all of that.
Nigerians call it "I pass my neighbor."
Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to remember. If you cannot, service it frequently, or you know, check for checks and all of that stuff. Just don't put it close to your window.
I feel very sad for this family because,
very
you know,
sad.
traveling and everything, the Salah celebration, you have
4
friends and
wiped
relatives
out.
and saying, oh, happy Salah, and all of this happens. I think that the last case I can remember was a couple of years back, I think 5 to 10 years, where we had a case that was on news that a whole family generator smoke killed them. And I was like, how does this happen?
Yes.
But yeah, scientists, doctors came and, you know, there was a lot of sensitization going on. But since then, I've not heard any case. But this, I'm like, people should already be aware of this. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Apart from the fact that you can see the smoke coming, you can smell it. Right, so that sensitization is very important. Let people know that these things actually, they're actually very bad, very, very bad.
Exactly.
So if you're getting alternatives of power, you can get inverters. If you're getting generator, put it a very long distance
Very
away
far
from
away
your house
from
and
you.
make sure the smoke is not entering the premises.
Exactly. Now, bringing you some COVID-19 news from Africa. So the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, that's the NCDC, has on Wednesday reported 2 deaths and 238 new cases of the coronavirus disease. The NCDC made this known on Wednesday on its official Facebook page. Following the new data, the agency revealed that the total infection figure in Nigeria now stands at 170,122, while the death toll is 2,130. I think it was yesterday that I saw a news that Nigeria has recorded its highest daily single case of coronavirus in the last, I think since the third wave. I don't really want to say third wave because I'm very, careful to say we're experiencing a third wave in Nigeria, even though experts have said, look, the increase in the number of cases is probably showing signs of a third wave. But having to see that yesterday we recorded like the highest case ever in a single day of infection, I think we just need to be careful.
We need to be careful, and we cannot stop saying it. We cannot overemphasize the need to be careful because people are downplaying this thing. It's obvious. When you go out, you see how people are living very comfortable with whatever they're doing without following the proper guidelines and procedures. People, they have to be asked to wear face masks before you enter a place. So it's not like it's mandatory to wear a face mask to enter a place because the people request for it. But you're not seeing the need for your own self, right? So there's this nonchalance, there's this laziness to stay at alert, be vigilant, and everything. Even in the case of cholera, right? Just some days ago, we reported there was a new case of cholera, even in Abuja, here, the capital, and they're saying, look, watch the water you're drinking, watch the food. But people are still, look, you know what? Since you've not seen it, since nobody close to you has had it, you feel it's very fine. It's till you see it before you can believe it. And I think people should learn from other people's experiences. It mustn't have happened to you directly or indirectly before you learn from it.
Yeah, we can't really blame them because it just felt like the whole situation at toned down in Nigeria. It just felt like we had it under control. We're not having like the new cases. And
there was not so much buzz again.
Even lots of testing centers around states were shut down. Isolation centers were shut down because it felt like we had it under control. So it didn't feel like people needed to take those necessary precautions. Okay, you have to wear a face mask. People were allowed to go out. People were allowed to socialize. All of that. But we're having the highly transmissible Delta variant in Nigeria now, ravaging other countries, and then we don't have so much of that case yet. So I just think to put it under control, we just need to start taking precautions again. Yeah. Yes, I do know that.
I like the way you say start taking precautions again because it's obvious that we've dropped the baton.
Yes, exactly. And the FCTA has said that, look, we're going to place surveillance cameras in parks and recreational centers to ensure that there's strict compliance to COVID-19 protocols.
Yes.
And I think that's one way to go.
Yes.
But as individuals, we also need to do our part. So you did mention the hygiene part of it. Wash your hands, you sanitize properly,
wear your face mask.
Wear your face mask.
Ensure you're not close to your neighbor.
Exactly. I mean, look at my front eye.
We are so far apart. I'm even trying to hold you now and I can't even touch you.
Exactly. So just do all of that to ensure that you're safe and the next person is safe. And I think we'll be able to beat this.
Yeah, definitely we can. We have everything within our scope. We have everything. The researchers have said, look, don't touch this person, don't do this, don't do that. Let's try all of our bits and then let's see what happens, Because definitely we cannot afford a third wave. I know they're already saying, look, this is happening in everywhere and everything, but really Africans cannot because we saw what it did to us.
Yes.
The economy suffered, people suffered, lives were lost and everything. So we have, I mean, now is the time to be vigilant, if you ask me.
Now is the time to be vigilant, yes. I think the government probably has it under control, though, because they did say we're not looking at another lockdown. So I think they know what they're doing. Just do your part. And talking about doing your part, we're going to be bringing you COVID-19 updates from across Africa. And then after that, we're going to be looking at front pages of Nigerian dailies this morning.
North to South Africa, East to West Africa, TOS TV Network is your digital-first Pan-African news network, bringing you news from across the continent. Visit our website www.tostvnetwork.com and follow us on social media at TOS TV Network on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Watch us on television, channel 138 on TSTV Africa.
Thank you for staying tuned to the conversation showing on your digital first Pan-African news network, TOS Television. You can always be a part of our social media community. Just stay updated and be focused on our social media platforms. That is at TOS TV Network across Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And of course, our website is always there showing you the programs live, our www.tostvnetwork.com. And we have the YouTube just below there, that's TOS TV Network. Make sure you like and subscribe so you do not miss out on our amazing content. Yeah, it's the newspaper headlines segment of the show this morning, and we start from the Daily Times newspaper. And the very gaping headline there is talking about insecurity, tough time ahead for bandits. Terrorists. We have a single rider there as 6 A29 Super Tucano aircraft arrive. I think that's coming into the country, and that can be found on page 2 of the Daily Times newspaper. And the picture of the day is there. We can see a Super Tucano aircraft right there with people, taking a picture with it. Just underneath that, we see 2023 presidency. Buhari has no pact with Tinubu. That's coming from the Voice of Nigeria, DG Okechukwu. That can be found on page 4. We have a couple of other stories. Just grab yourself a copy of the Daily Times newspaper.
Let's look at the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. Starting, with the very gaping headline. That's the banner headline there this morning. Cholera kills 325, afflict 14,343 in 6 months. 3 riders underneath the headline. The first one, death toll rises as outbreak spreads to more states. Action Aid calls for state of emergency in Bauchi. How we are responding to outbreak. That's coming from the NCDC. And underneath the picture of the day, federal government fails to file extradition charges as Benin court remands Igboho vigilantes to lead fight against bandits in Sokoto. That's coming from Tambuwal. Dangote others drive equities gained by 330 billion naira. Studying Boko Haram, key to understanding similar uprising. That's coming from Tony Blair. And that's it for the Daily Trust newspaper.
And over to the Nigerian News Direct, the very gaping headline there. The banner headline is Buhari terminates Bala Usman's appointment as NPA boss. PDP calls for Bala Amechi probe. That can be found on page 3. Just underneath the picture of the day there, Nigeria lost 53.26 billion naira to gas flaring in 2 months. That's coming from the NNPC, and that can be found on page 13 of the News Direct.
All right, the last front page we're going to be looking at is the front page of the Business Day newspaper. The banner headline there says, Nigeria's inflation threatens already low saving rate. Besides that, airfares rise for summer travelers on 460 naira a dollar exchange rate. That's it actually for the Business Day newspaper this morning.
All right, and that's the segment. That's what we can take this morning for the newspaper headline segment of the show on the conversation. We go on a quick break now. When we return, we'll bring you the big story. Please stay tuned.
You won't go shake your body. Instead, they make it calm down. If the farm say it's happy. You want to grow 6 packs in a day. I beg you not to pass your power. You want to show yourself, oh.
Whatever your size, find it with the new Airtel data plans. Dial *141# now to get the plan that suits you. Airtel, the smartphone network.
At the first sign of pain, you need a solution that you can trust to provide effective relief and is gentle on the stomach. Try Panadol Caplets for relief from headaches, body aches, and fever. With Panadol's Optizorb formula, the tablet gently breaks down in the stomach, quickly absorbs, and starts providing pain relief in 15 minutes. For fast and effective pain relief that you can trust, try Panadol Caplets. This has been Medifact for Panadol.
A big thank you for staying tuned to the conversation showing on your digital first Pan-African news network. It is the big story segment of the show, but before we proceed, don't forget you can be a part of our conversation by following us across all our social media platforms at TOS TV Network on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. On this segment of Big Story this morning, we talk about the Yoruba Nation agitation, Sunday Igboho's detention and extradition. And joining us via Zoom this morning is Comrade Waheed Saka, a public affairs analyst. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother. It's good to be on the platform again.
The pleasure is ours. Thank you. What do you make of the arrest of the Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo and his wife?
As far as I know, he's still working within the fundamental right to self-determination, and his arrest and detention in Cotonou is not out of place for that country. They still have right to their territorial integrity too, and to maintain law and order in their country. However, the reaction to the arrest and detention, and possibly the request for extradition from Nigerian government, is trying to trivialize the core issue around self-determination in Nigeria. It's trying to make it look like a treasonable idea from group agitating for self-determination. So as far as I know, we should allow the law of that country to run through the process and see what will happen to Sunday Igboho going forward.
Okay. Now, Igboho has been in custody since his arrest at the Cardinal Bernardin International Airport, Cotonou. Now, remember, right from the time his house was raided till now, a lot of reactions have happened. We've had so many controversies. What is your take on his treatment so far?
The issue is we got a lot of hearsay. We got a lot of news that are not true about the treatment, that are not really the picture of what is happening to him. Online and offline, people say they maltreated him in Cotonou. Some people were even saying he was released and on his way to Germany at the time until we saw him in court. The truth is, in today's social media and online news, you begin to cross-check and double-check all the information before you react to it. However, what we can say specifically is that Igboho is in custody of Cotonou government and he will face his time in court today for possible bail and face whatever charges they may have provided against him. But the truth is, as far as we know, the Cotonou government have nothing against Igboho. And the only issue is that in Nigeria, we are beginning to look at our court process, that people don't have ultimate trust in court process again. That is why a Kano can run away from court process and Igboho is also running now. But in Cotonou, we can say the issue of bias or the issue of suppression cannot come up. The law will have to take its course.
Okay. Now, recall that the counsel to Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, said that he was not being treated fairly and he's suffering torture in detention. And now this is going in contrary to what you're saying now, that it looks like the justice system in Cotonou is being fair. What is your take on that? Hello, can you hear me?
Mr. Waheed, are you there?
Are you there? All right, we'll just go on the quick break and try to reconnect to Comrade Waheed. Please stay tuned. We'll be back shortly. All right, Comrade Waheed Saka. Now, you made some facts clear, right? That this is Cotonou and not Nigeria, and you believe the judicial system is working. Now, this goes contrary to the claim of Igboho's counsel, that's Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho's counsel, that he is being tortured. What do you have to say about that?
Under international treaty, nobody deserves to be tortured, and the fundamental right against torture should be given to Sunday Igboho, regardless of whatever crime he may have been said to commit. Now, as far as I know, from within and without Cotonou, there is a serious pressure against Cotonou government too. From Germany, from world power, the world is looking at Cotonou, and Nigeria is putting a lot of pressure for him to be extradited to Nigeria. However, Cotonou government should see this as a litmus test for their own good. Whatever they do, they must follow the rule of law. And why should they torture him? These are things that we should allow the process to go through. And the question of torture, the Igboho lawyer can even file another process for such.
Okay.
But for now, Igboho case must be allowed to go on and see. We must look at this to a logical end, including the issue of torture, including the issue of arrest, including the issue of falsification of traveling documents. These are issues that we should allow the judiciary to deal with.
Okay. When you keep saying allow judiciary to deal with, what time frame are we looking at? When do we think all of this will be sorted?
You know, as far as I know, the issue of bail will have to be sorted today, but the process on the cases involved will have to take a long time. But this is not Nigeria, and we don't even know how long the judicial process in Benin Republic look like. if it's Nigeria, it can take ages to sort this type of issues out. And we have been on the issue of Kano for a very long time, and now the issue of Igboho too. But Cotonou should be able to deal with this once and for all, and allow it to not to be a long process that people will now focus on pressure from Nigeria and international community.
All right.
So the judiciary in Cotonou must act fast and deal with this case once and for all.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us once again, Comrade Saka. It's been a very big pleasure having you on the show this morning.
Thank you very much, my brother, my sister there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, viewers, for staying tuned to the conversation. Don't forget, you can always be a part of this show. You know, your contributions, opinions are needed. Just connect with us on our social media platforms. That is the TOS TV Network. That can be found on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter as well. And of course, our website is always there for you to always live stream our program. That is www.tostvnetwork.com. My name is Merciful Ajinamo.
And my name is Ade Suwelsi. Thank you for joining us on the show. Have a splendid weekend and see you on Monday.